Oh, great. We have people here. I guess that comes. I'm just doing some testing. So this is, if anybody's expecting anything other than awkwardness, I guess you can stick around. But I've never done this before, so I'm just goofing around. It does work good. What's the market sentiment? I have no idea because I'm trying to figure out how to live stream. So this is about as bootleg. Does anybody here have live streaming experience? I didn't even think people would show up or even see this. I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I thought. Does anybody know if I can share just sections of my screen, or do I have to share like an entire window? I see I can share tabs. I'm just trying to figure out. I want to share my screen, but I just want to share like a certain section of it. All right, maybe I can try. All right, can I try maybe like a window? Window, let's see. Okay, what's this? Maybe I could do this. Let's see if this works. Oh, all right. So I think everybody here can see a chart now. There we go. Okay. All right. So that, does that look good to people, or does that look kind of janky? I think that looks good, but I'm open for feedback. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. All right. Well, I really didn't have anything planned. Like I said, I was literally just goofing around trying to figure stuff out. I did not think that there would be a bunch of people show up that quickly. But I mean, I guess while people are here, does anybody have a request for analysis on something? And I can you share OBS screen if you want to show something? Oh, you can share OBS screen if you want to share something specific. Yeah, I'd like to try to get some sort of banner up too to do a little bit yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'll have to goof around because I do have OBS, but I don't know. Or on OBS, would I click start streaming and then that could, I guess we can start with it. If I click start streaming or missing, open up settings to enter URL. Oh boy, what's my URL? My URL. I don't know. There are a lot of basic tutorials on OBS with YouTube. Yeah, no, that's true. That's good to know that I can share OBS. So yeah, I have some more work to do in terms of figuring out how this. And I don't even know if I'll ever be back live again. Like I said, I'm just kind of curious, wondering if I want to try to do like a pre-market just analysis, map out some things for people, and then they can take with it what it may. I have no interest in doing multi-hour live streams though. I have a life. I have a life. I have kids. I want to be able to do stuff. But if I don't know, 30 minutes every morning, something like that, just do some quick analysis, take some requests from people, map out some things. I could see that working and maybe being worth it. But yeah, I'm not looking to get, locked down to multiple hours every morning because that's where things become a job. I don't want to have to show up to live stream for 3 hours every morning because that at that point is a job and that's not what I'm looking for. But I think pre-market with a few tickers would be great. Yeah, not even that. I mean, if people want to, because I've been doing futures, so if people want to kind of look at futures, get some thoughts on that, maybe something like that. Yeah, I got to figure out how to. I feel bad for the people showing up on what is going on here. I'm wondering the same thing. What is going on here? I'd really like to. So start streaming. URL and stream key are missing. Okay, yeah, I have no idea. Well, I know what a URL is. I don't know what a stream key would be. But I'll have to do some more research into that. But I'm people here. So does anybody have a request for something? Anybody want analysis? We can run through a couple while we're here. Ticker symbol, futures market. Check the link out. Did you send me a link? Share. I will share a link ASAP. Okay, if you did share a link, I do not see a link unless I'm supposed to click on your message or something. No, I don't see that. All right, so that's how I can add people as moderator. Put in, I can put people in a timeout. There's no trolls on YouTube, is there? Why would there ever be a need to put somebody in timeout or to hide somebody? There's no trolls here, are there? YouTube doesn't have trolls. So nobody has any requests for anything? Nobody's wondering about analysis or anything like that? Check on Google. Maybe we can check on Google stock. Yeah, we can pull up Google. Well, at least on the 30-minute time frame, got a nice falling wedge pattern. So there you go, falling wedge. For those of you that are fans of the falling wedge, maybe consolidate around a little bit more right there. Careful though, just because even if it just breaks above that trend line, don't get too excited because that 50 period is right above. But if you can clear that and that, then yeah, you get some territory where the thing could get moving up to these highs, maybe even make a run up to the 200 period moving average. Yeah, Google. If you're a fan of falling wedges, the Google is definitely providing a nice one on the 30-minute. All right, I'm gonna have to have a way to track these. So if I miss your ticker, just feel free to let me know again. AUR. AUR right now. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure. AUR, I would pretty bearish on this one, just from so we have the big drop down. Yes, it is working upwards right now. So to be fair, nice upwards channel. But when you look at things from a broader scope, all this is doing is forming a bear flag. With that being said, just because there's a bearish pattern doesn't mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go downwards. But I don't think anybody would be shocked if the price went down like that. But yeah, as of now, there is a nice bounce. Definitely got to show some strength. So if it were to pull back, no, I don't need to do that. I can. So if we were to pull it back, I'd say you'd want to stay up right around above 650. So if it comes down, stays above 650, at least you have a higher low. But if it goes down to 650 and then goes down below it, all of a sudden you have the price having gone right back to where it was. And from a bullish standpoint, not exactly what you want to see. Now, if you're bearish, and yeah, you want to see this thing break to the downside and get continuation down through 650, which would be very good. But if this thing does continue to bounce, definitely that 200 period going to be that next key battleground. Right now valued at 697. TLRY. AUR is earnings today. Then yeah, that could be a pretty big game changer. TLRY. Oh, this one. So I did this one a little bit a while ago on my. Does anybody here watch the top 10 videos I do? If you watch the top 10 videos I do, hit the number 1 on your keyboard. Is anybody familiar with those top 10 videos I do every day at the close? 1. Okay, so some of you watch them. That's cool. Huh, this is funny. From goofing around to now, all of a sudden I'm doing some analysis here. But yeah, TLRY, what I would say to find encouraging here is at least this one has started to go sideways. So that's a step in the right direction. Still more work needs to be done. But going sideways, assuming you're bullish, I think I can speak for you. You probably appreciate that more than just the constant drift in the downwards direction. Prices actually finally down through or back through the resistance here. So it's no longer on that trajectory. But as of right now, not too shocking to see the power of the 50 period moving average. You can see that's right where the price got rejected there. So good to see that it has leveled out. Still got work to do, that next bit of work to do, getting up above that 50 period moving average. But the first significant step has been accomplished. It's at least started to go sideways, which I realize sets the bar kind of low. But when you're in that nasty of a downtrend, yeah, the bar is set kind of low. PLTR is breaking out. Doesn't PLTR break out every day, it seems like? Oh, there is the pullback that I called for. So I had this, I had this rising wedge drawn into play. You can see it broke to the downside here, but in typical fashion, got the pullback out of the way and is starting to recover back upwards, but is breaking out. Yeah, so on a lower time frame, I see what you're saying. 5 minute, yeah, good call. Yeah, very nice breakout. So right there, got the breakout on the 5 minute, but at this point, that would make me nervous. Makes me think chasing, but if the price can pull back here, maybe back test and go. That could be an interesting scenario. Run. I've been trading E-mini futures all day. Very good. Yeah, I don't trade S&P. I like the NASDAQ, the NQ run. Okay, 5 minute, a little bit too low, too choppy, not enough. Let's go to the 30. Yeah, run's looking pretty rough. Guess you got a bit of a line right there that I could see playing some significance if it comes back down. But yeah, I would be very skeptical of any bullish nature on this one until the price can prove itself being defined as getting above and staying above that 50 period moving average, which has been a long time since it's been up above there. So that's not to say that there can't be nice bounces, because there can be, but in terms of actually having confidence, I'd be very skeptical until the price, like I said, can get above and stay above that level here. But if you like to try to play bounces within the downtrend itself, interesting trend line here. Does it come down there and bounce? No guarantees, but a valid thought to have. Let's see. We'll do a few more. Meta. And if you want to request something more specific, give me a time frame. Because I mean, one ticker symbol on the 30 minute could be totally bearish, but if you're like wanting a thought on the 5 minute, the 5 minute might be very bullish. So the more specific you are, the better. So that now, if you don't really care, then I'll probably start on the 30 minute. Buy Meta. Okay, let me go all in real quick. But right here on the 30 minute, I mean, to just take a step back, very, very strong. Although, no, I say that. Do we? Let's put this in a play here. I don't know. The naked eye suggests maybe a rising wedge pattern, which is going to be suggesting a pullback. But to be fair, maybe yeah, I don't know. I think you got to call that a rising wedge, which is bearish, which means I could see a more of a pullback coming. But who was that? Jacob, don't flip out. Don't freak out. Pullback does not mean the same as a crash or reversal, but I could see it maybe needing a pullback a little bit more with the rising wedge. But again, from a day trading standpoint, I mean, if it comes up here before getting rejected back down, I mean, there's plenty of profit right there if you're looking at day trade, but it's just really a matter of what is your strategy. Oh, okay. Then he requested the 15 minute. I don't think anything much will change. Yeah, I mean, you still have the overall rising wedge pattern there. Although, again, like I said, it's all about perspective, because within this rising wedge overall pattern, what do we have right here? We have a nice little bull pennant. So that's where, always be specific with requests and with what you're wanting, because like as you saw here, overall rising wedge, but very near term, as I squeeze things in, got the bull pennant. Is this thing about to get the break to the upside? We shall see. A hood for Jude on the 30 minute. All right, we'll do one more and then. Now I'm kind of tempted. How high can we get this thing? We were at 40. I wonder if there's stats. Will the stats tell me what our peak viewership was? Maybe. I'm shocked people are here from what I thought was going to be like a sneaky test. Now I'm doing analysis, and I got 8. Yeah, so hit the like. I think I'm supposed to ask you to hit the like button. Like if you are finding this helpful, hit the like button. That's would be a good way to communicate that to me. If you're finding these this now, because this is what I would plan to do. Show up in the morning time, do some analysis of some things, and then call it good. Because I was telling people earlier in the stream, I'm not looking to create a job for myself where I got to show up and stream for 3 hours every morning. That's not what I'm looking to do. But 30 minutes or so, I could see something like that making sense. All right, we're at 17. Good. How's the family? The family has been sick. I'm still slightly sick, but overall, the family is doing very well. Thank you for asking. All right. Jude, I think if I remember right, asked for the 30-minute on Hood. Nice day today. Overall uptrend, very good. Looking like the key resistance, which makes sense, I think, where the direct rejection point today was. Oh, yeah, that makes very good sense. So 56.75 makes good sense because if you look here, the top part of this consolidation right here was essentially that level. Not to the exact T, but I think we can agree right there was the top part of that former consolidation area right there. And then that's essentially right where it got rejected from here. So, yeah, 56.75, definitely the key level. And the area that I would say, now remember, there's no guarantees, but a high volume break of 56.75, I don't see why the price wouldn't at least go up there and test 57.30. Again, no guarantees. But like I said, that really does seem to be more so the key area of resistance. So high volume break of 56.75. I see a probable chance that at least goes up there and tests 57.30. In terms of supports right now, you have the 50-period moving average right there. Being very nicely respected. So any sort of, if you like to play more so pullbacks, then I can see some logic behind liking the 50-period moving average. Jalil, message retracted. Why did that message get retracted? I didn't delete it. So I'm taking that you can let's see, BYYD. And then Telosa, you asked for RIVN. I'll get that in just a second. Hello, Claytor. You're amazing and your information is prime. Oh, thank you, KC. KC Bellis. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jacob. And if I don't read your message, I apologize. Where were we? I was gonna. Oh, BYYD. Is that a typo? Did you mean BYND? BYYD. Yeah, I'm not sure what. If you want to give me another BZ8, if you're still here. Meta RIVN. So nice bounce today, but as would be expected, struggling right. You have these two moving averages right on top of one another. So purple line 50 period, pink line 200 period, simple moving averages in case people are wondering, not the EMAs, just simple moving averages. Like I said, they're basically on top of one another or so. Surprise, surprise. That's right where the price is starting to struggle here. So right around the 1268 mark is going to be the, wait a second. Are you guys not, do my annotations not show up on the, now how does that work? So this whole time I've been drawing annotations and you are not seeing annotations? Can you confirm that you are not seeing the markers and stuff that I'm drawing? Like right now I'm trying to, do you work with, do I work with the VWAP? Yeah, yep, I use the VWAP. No, how does that? Oh, because the annotation is not actually part of the window. Okay, good to know. I'll have to stick with that. And I guess that does make sense when I just stop and think about it for a second. Stay in drawing mode. What is that? No. Okay, good. This whole time I've been doing all these annotations and nothing's been showing up. If you're using OBS, capture the entire screen using fixes that, but you can enter. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more research. Thank you. I appreciate the OBS tip, which somebody else was telling me about, but I'm going to have to try to figure out a little bit more of that. What's the purpose of the stream? It started off as me just literally goofing around, figuring out how to go live. And then all of a sudden, before I knew it, there was like 20 people here. But I'm just doing analysis. If you have a request, if you're in something or thinking about something, or you're just curious where some maybe key trend lines are on something, that's the general idea. So yeah, so was doing Rivian. So yeah, that moving average, or I should say the clump moving averages is clearly going to be, and it's already been confirmed as a main battleground. So 1268 will be that key level there to keep an eye on. And then if it does pull back, I would say that is a very, very important level of a support right at 1240. Again, just for the reason if the price comes down here and then just keeps on going down at that point, that's putting the price right back into that range where it already was. Not exactly a sign of genuine power, but if it can come down there and bounce off that level, at least that would give it a higher low. Maxim, why doesn't he see my message then? It seems like he skips over the request. Sorry, I think I mentioned it, but there are actually way more chats or messages coming in than I thought. So that was not intentional, but I do scrolling up, I do see a maximum. So apologies, but yeah, let's take a look at BA. But yes, it's like he skips over the request. I was skipping over the request. So it's not like anything. That's exactly what was happening. So, but it was just not intentional, Maxim. So I apologize for that. All right, nice. BA. Max relax. No, his claim was true. He was like, it's like my messages were getting skipped over. But that's exactly what was actually happening. I was skipping over his messages, not intentionally. But yeah, so I'm going to turn this into a quiz question. Let's see everybody's we're going to turn this into a little bit of a learning thing here. I in my mind, there's a good solid area that has quite a bit of justification to be paid attention to. What is that area? If you don't know what it is, you can describe it. So I'm turning this into a real life quiz question. We're going to do some learning. Make sure everybody's chart vision is where it should be. Good, Jeffrey. My claim is that there is an area here that's like, oh yeah, that level should probably be paid attention to. No, so far we only got one person. Oh wait, I can't tell you. I can't tell who's right because everybody will just know that. And then I'm used to my usually I do live webinars every Tuesday night with the premium members. But that chat room is turned to private so people can't see what other people are saying. But in this situation, I guess I can't say who's right and wrong, or I just gotta wait. Because then everybody, like I said, I already gave everybody could have cheated already, because who was that? Yeah, Jeffrey already got it right. So the level here for the answer, that in my opinion at least, is you better be paying attention to that pink line. Why? Well, check it out. There is one instance of it being respected. And then this morning, beautiful instant of it once again being respected again. So yes, BA seems to really be caring about and respecting the 200 period moving average. So keep an eye on that. Now, preferably speaking, and I mean, this will just bring a tear to my eye. Somebody that loves charts. I really wish I could annotate, but check this out. Look at this. Resistance, 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 broke through it, boom. Now you'd expect this to act as a support if there is a pullback. So preferably speaking, what would make BA look the strongest? Definitely if the price stays above that purple line moving forward. With that being said, if the price falls below the purple line, doesn't mean Boeing's destroyed, because you do still have the 200 period down here, which as we've discussed, has proven itself as a support. Now, if the price all of a sudden is down through the 200 period, that's where things start to look shaky pretty quickly. Key area of resistance, I'm wondering, is that from the naked eyeball test? Is that where it got rejected? Yep, exactly, right there. So was looking at that high right there as a rejection point. So 183.92, let's just round or bring it up to the round number. 184 going to be the main battleground. If 184 can be broken, though, the golden goose level moving forward, going to be right up there around the 185.90. So let's just call it 186 mark. So there we go, maximum. I apologize for skipping over your messages. And then EZ8 did, oh, excuse me, BZ8, BYDDY. What is this? That's okay. Well, honestly, these are, I think a chart is relatively worthless on these. Because I mean, look at all these gaps. I mean, this thing is so gappy. That's a bizarre looking chart. So really, the best I can do, just from a, I'm not considering like analyze and act like, oh yeah, but I mean, at least in my opinion, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people can make sense. I mean, that's a hard chart to really say anything about. Other than I hope that you got in way down low, because yeah, I mean, it's gone boom. But that's really all I can say is, yeah, this thing's going boom. But with this, what even is this? I think it said the company BYDD. What was it? BYDDY. BYD. Oh, it's a pink sheet. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool looking chart, but like, can I actually give you an analysis that I would really have that much confidence in? No, not really. Have I done Nvidia today? I have not. Can we hold KDLY, please, for tomorrow? I mean, can you hold it? You can absolutely hold it, Mohammed. You can hold that for sure. My question to you, though, Mohammed, is I think what you're asking is not necessarily can we, but are you asking should we hold? Is that more of what you meant? Should we hold for tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Big move today. Okay. Should you hold? Well, let me ask you this, Mohammed. Where's your stop loss at? So you bought in and then you put a stop loss. Where did you put your stop loss? That is my question to you. As far as just looking at the chart, 360. Okay. So wait a second. Where's this thing at right now? 360 is right. So Mohammed's stop loss is right there. Okay. Well, I mean, why are you asking if you should? As long as it does not hit your stop loss, then per your trade plan up front, you should be holding. Because I'm assuming you had a trade plan that you felt comfortable with, and part of that comfort level included a stop loss. So if you're comfortable from the get-go with 360 as your stop loss, then don't be asking me if you should hold. Just follow your trade plan. I will say you're very close to getting stopped out here, but hey, you know what? If that's what your comfort was, then stick with it. You don't need me. And again, if I have missed your message, yes, I've skipped over it, but I've not done so intentionally. I'm trying to look at all these. I can't believe I'm at 30 minutes now from, let me just goof around. Has anybody gotten any ads? So has anybody had any ads show up just like as I've been watching? Yes. Okay. Is it like, because you have a choice to select conservative, moderate, or aggressive, and they recommend moderate for like a balanced view. Do you agree that it's been balanced, or does it seem like you're getting hit with ads like in an insane amount? Or do you feel like, it's balanced? Like, yeah, there's ads that have shown up. If you are on, I've only had one, just one. Ramp it up. Well, I mean, like I don't, the aggressive seemed a little bit like, okay, that seems like a great way to annoy people if ads are showing up like every 3 minutes. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and act like a saint, and because I mean, a little bit of compensation for the time would be good, but like at the same time, I'm not looking to make it seem absolutely crazy. All right, so I don't see anybody saying they've got them, but I don't think anybody's complaining like, no, these ads are out of control. So that's good. I'm glad balance seems to be coming across as balanced. I was just joking. All right. Yeah, but if the value of content is good, the ads won't be a problem. That's true too, but I can, yeah, no, that's fair. All right, we'll do a couple more here. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't, yeah. So this will be a problem. So just speaking out loud, I can see the problem being, Clay, you're a scumbag. I requested and you never did it. Therefore, like, why are you ignoring me? You're sexist, you're racist, you're something. There's some reason why you didn't take my request. When the true reason is, okay, I'm looking and I'm seeing just a lot of requests. And there's a high likelihood that I could miss some of them. So hopefully people, I mean, it is YouTube though. So I'm sure the conclusion a lot of people will make is like, you don't like me. That's why you didn't. It's like, no, I didn't see it. Looks like my guy just got stopped out. No, that's fair. Like I said, I didn't think anybody would be here. So the history, for those of you that are logged on, I've never done this before. And I was like, go live. How exactly does that work? So I was clicking around, and before I knew it, I was live. And then before I knew it, 10 seconds later, there's like 20 people here. And then 3 seconds later, there's people asking me questions already. So I was like, all right, I'll go with it. But yes, I probably do look a little rough. In fact, let me do this real quick. I wonder if this would look better. Or is that going to make it look? Oh no, that's okay. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Okay. All right. Noted. By the way, if we have any Buckeye fans in here, congratulations. Few weeks, what about 2 weeks ago? All right. So lighting, but yes, somebody did make an accurate. Looks like my guy just got stopped out. Yeah. It is kind of weird. Like, what are people's obsession with like what other people are looking like? I don't know. It's kind of weird. You're a stockist, exactly. No, it's true. I admit I look like I just kind of rolled out of bed and had no plans to do this. That's exactly what I look like. The thing is, you kind of reach a point in life where like I don't care. Like, listen, I'm a dad of 6 kids. Like, what do I care? Like, what do I care that was some, I don't, I remember being in my like 20s, like, oh man, I better be looking halfway decent. But at this point, it's like, I don't care. All right. So Mohammed, you are stopped out. That's all right, buddy. Good on you. I'm glad you had a stop loss. I'm glad you honored the stop loss. That's a big part of trading. So no shame in being wrong. That's just part of it. But that's a good habit you have. Having stop losses, honoring stop losses is good. All right. I saw some people asking for MES. Yeah. Let's take a look at MES. Let's go down the 5-minute. So 5-minute right now, You know what? Actually, before I do this, I want to make, is this click it looks like what a real trader looks like when they're doing, yeah, exactly. That's the thing is like the traders that show up and they're like all fancy clothes. It's just like, man, that seems like so much work. That's not morale. There's nothing wrong with that. Good for them. Like if that's what gets them in the vibe, cool. Like do what works for you. But for me, it's just like I'm not. Yeah, I'd rather just throw on the sweatshirt. And I'm doing my wife a favor, anyways. Like I've had this sweatshirt on for like the past 3 days, but it's like that's just less laundry for everybody. I mean, to me, that's a win-win. Less laundry. And when you have 6 kids, there's a lot of laundry. So if anything I can do to contribute to less laundry, especially if I have to help fold it, I don't like to fold laundry. So I'm going to keep laundry minimized. Okay. So I'm learning something else right now. I've got to be careful about reading those sorts of comments because I'm carrying myself down rabbit trails that like don't really actually matter. So learning in progress here. Any other constructive feedback would be great. If you think I suck, I mean, you can tell me, Clay, you suck. That's fine, but I'm not going to really be able to get better because that's not very constructive. So constructive criticism would be good. But yeah, so MES here. Pretty much, you got to think that everybody and their brother's uncle right now has that trend line in place or something very, very similar. So you got to think just from a self-fulfilling prophecy angle that if this thing comes up here and breaks up through there, you could get some good upwards buying pressure. My only nitpick about that trend line is even if it does break it, that 200 period could really rain on the parade because you can see both there and there. It's already served as a resistance. So that 200, or excuse me, that trend line right there is great, but this is kind of like a dark cloud overhead. And I mean, this does have a history of acting as resistance. So, but you got to think, I mean, that's an interesting dynamic right there. If you're more of a pullback person, 50 period moving average right there could prove to be worthwhile. MES is doing a bounce. I feel from the drop, and I'm in my sweats now. Attaboy, Tom. DE30. What's DE30? Is that a future? I don't know what DE30 is. I don't know if these are Webull charts. So does Webull have DE30? I'd be happy to do it, but I don't even. I guess I can just DE. Oh no, you're probably asking for what? You asked for a John Deere 30-minute time frame? Is that like the cool way, the shortened way of asking for John Deere 30-minute time frame? $61.10 into after close. Okay, I see floating laughs. What does that mean? Again, for those of you watching, if you're finding this helpful, like if you enjoy the analysis, hit that like button because I am making no claims that I'll ever be back again to do this. My only claim is that I was goofing around and things kind of morphed into now what's going on, almost a 40-minute stream. But this is kind of fun to hang out. Maybe it'll become less fun if trolls start to show up, but no, it won't. Like I said, I'm at the point where I don't care. So, I personally would just scalp it until it normalized. Yeah, cool. Do what works. SPGC. James, bro, you're an OG YouTuber. How do you not know how live streaming works? You answered your own question because I'm an OG YouTuber way before live streaming was ever a thing. That's why I'm like, get off my lawn. The old guy, it's like live streaming, get off my lawn. I'm not doing live streaming. So that's why I just, because I'm too OG, I guess. SPGC. Let's go to 30-minute for this. Oh, okay. Well, at least you don't have to worry about being the person that buys the top. The people with that honor already occurred right there. So I like it from that standpoint. Nobody could accuse you of chasing the price anymore. Now that doesn't mean that it would still be a winning trade just because you're not chasing. But yeah, I mean, I like it right now. Kind of broadly speaking, have a panic maybe taking shape here. But yeah, I like it just simply from the fact of at least now. Who asked for the SBGC? Jalil. If you're the person that bought up there, then yeah, I'd imagine it's probably getting pretty close to your stop loss. But yeah, if you're just wondering about the current situation, I do like how it's pulled back. Will Nvidia have any big moves before earnings? I have no idea, Tom. If only charts served as crystal balls. And I'm going to do this just because. No, I can't do that because I got to do a window. How can I do that? Because I'm going to try a little product placement here because I think I have a good argument. Actually, no, I'm just going to tell people here. Or let me try some. Let me try something real quick. Again, if you're just logging on, I've never done this before. I'm kind of making it up as I go. But I want to really, well, let me ask. Okay. Now I just got another idea. All right. We can do polls, right? Can we do a poll? Start a poll. Okay. This is what I'm curious about. PDT rule. Annoying to your trading. Yes or no? Because I'm getting the impression right now that a lot of you trade stocks. So my question is that pattern day trading rule, is that like a big annoyance for you as a trader? Now there's 50 people here and I've only gotten 5 votes. So that's something I don't understand. I guess maybe just because 50 people are here doesn't mean 50 people are paying attention per se. Really? At 50-50? That's super interesting. Well, for those of you that are annoyed by the pattern day trading rule, I would highly recommend going and watching that video right there. Just went out today. Basically, what I would do if I was a brand new trader, and I think I lay out a pretty good argument of what's available to people as traders these days. Especially, I remember getting started, not having the 25,000, and having to deal with that ridiculous government regulation known as the pattern day trading rule. And now there are definitely good ways around it. Man, this lighting is brutal. Seems like the lighting just got worse. Let me try this real quick. Maybe this will help out. I will say, you guys are all a cool group. I thought for sure people would be like, at some point, showing up and just being like, what kind of garbage production is this? It's just like, well, it is garbage production. That's true. But it's also spur of the moment. And really, nobody's even complained about it. So, yeah, I would say check out that video. And really consider what I have to say, because I think there's I think I make a good argument, and it's truly what I would do if I was a brand new beginner, mainly because of the pattern day trader rule, and mainly because, and if anybody wants to back me up in the chat box here, when you're a beginner and getting started, you are going to do really dumb things, and that includes, even if you were to go through my training class that I offer at the site, even if you do that, it's like you're still going to do dumb things. Now, I would argue you'll do less dumb things, but you will still do dumb things. And with what I map out in that video, those dumb things are, it's more cost effective to do the dumb things with what I map out in that video. So what are your feelings on prop firms? Oh, like I said, watch that video. I am all for prop firms, especially if you are a brand new trader. Prop firms with futures trading is the way to go. 100%. I know, but well, they have all those rules. Yes, you need rules. Because what are those rules based around? Risk management. Well, it makes it hard. Well, yes, because trading's hard. Yeah, KC, then go watch that video. Watch that video. If you're asking about prop firms, I think that video will be very persuasive to you. Why use your own money when you can? Yeah, exactly, Kenneth. Exactly. Yo, new to trading, but I was wondering if you can go a little in depth about stop loss. Stop loss just is exactly what it sounds like. It stops a loss. So it's just a very primitive form of risk management. So whenever you are entering into a trade, you better have some sort of area where you're like, you know what? At that point is where I admit I was wrong. And at that point is where your stop loss should be. Because if you go into a trade thinking I'm going to be right because I'm always going to be right, you're not going to be a trader for very long. Part of being a trader is being wrong. But it's one thing to say be wrong. You've got to identify where you're wrong. And wherever that spot is where you're like, you know what, I'm wrong. If the price hits there, that's where your stop loss needs to go, meaning it will sell for you. It will prevent a loss from potentially getting larger. What's your favorite time frame for day trading? Multiple time frames, but I like the 1 minute and 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and 30. And I'll keep an eye on the daily, but that's not a huge thing. Yeah, I know exactly. Casey, other people's money. Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Billy. Uh, no, Billy, you asked something earlier too. Something about tick charts or whatever. Billy's a member of my community, so I definitely don't want to. Oh, tick chart versus time frame charts. I've never used a tick chart. I always use time frame. So, Billy, I know some people in our community do use them and use them well. I don't have any experience with that, so I can't really say one way or the other, and be fair and honest about it because I really don't have enough experience with tick charts because I don't use them. But just because I don't use them doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It just means I don't use them. And then you asked, how do you manage your trading around high impact news? Well, high impact news, that is another argument I would say is for prop firms because the prop firm that I'm using, they just flat out don't let you trade. So here, I'll show you an example if I can figure this out. All right. Let's see here. No, actually, I don't think I want to show that because that would include, I think, my account information, I think. Yeah, all right. No, can't do that right now. I'll have to goof around with some of the stuff. Yeah, so the prop firm that I'm with, they're like, no, you just flat out can't trade during this event. It's 1 minute before, during, and then 1 minute after. So they kind of manage it for me by just not letting it do it. But yeah, I mean, after that, I would say for me, how do you manage your trading around? Well, I'm going to talk in terms of futures, but I manage it in terms of definitely doing the micros. I'm talking about the Germany 30 index. Yeah, I don't think Webull has the Germany 30 index. So no, sorry, I can't do that one. Check out EOSC. I did PLTR earlier when a bunch of people have asked about NVDA. NVDA, that stubborn level. So I've had that area up there for a while because I'm always doing this one on my top 10 list. But yeah, so that's definitely going to be the key level. But I think now moving forward, again, just going to the idea of self-fulfilling prophecies, where do I think a lot of people could potentially have a trend line? You got to think a lot of people probably drawn a trend line like that. So if Nvidia is able to come back up here and get the break up through there, that break right there, you got to think in and of itself would have a very real chance of creating. Again, I just did annotations here that you guys could not see. But if the price were to come up here, break through there, you got to think that could create more upside buying pressure. As far as supports, well, we just had an area make actually good sense. So good learning lesson here from a charting standpoint. So this pink line here, 200 period moving average. You can see right there, resistance, 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 finally broke through it. And then in charting, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, they tend to act as support. So you can see right here, classic example of that, acting as support. So if this were to pull back some more, then yeah, I would keep an eye on, you guessed it, that 200 period simple moving average as support. No, well, I'm talking about this right now. I'm actually drawing, but we discovered that technically it's only recording the window, but some people gave me some advice on how to do stuff with OBS. So I'll have to look into that a little bit more and figure out how to do all that. But all right, well, that is, I think I'm going to call it good. This was literally supposed to be a few minute experiment, and now we're at 50 minutes. So again, if you enjoyed this, if you thought that this was helpful, and if you would view more of these in the future, no, you're good, Ryan. Hit that like button, because that's what I'm going to use to kind of gauge if this is kind of worth my time, if it's something that would be valuable to people. Then let me know. Or like I said, hit that like button. And are most of you here in the morning? I guess might be a new batch of people, but or if you know that. Sorry for trolling. Oh, I didn't even realize you were trolling. Oh, I get it. You're Canadian. So the joke was being a Canadian was the joke. That was the troll. I get it. I get it. You're not actually Canadian. That was the troll. I got you. I got you. Was that it? I hope you know. I'm just kidding with you. We have a ton of Canadians, so we always like to give each other a hard time. But cool. Well, thank you everybody for offering up some feedback, for giving me kind of some things to think about. But this was actually pretty fun. And at one point there was like 50 people. I know that's kind of minuscule compared to other people's, but that's fine. It makes it a little bit easier to, I guess, keep track of things. But all right, cool. Well, I appreciate everybody's time, and hopefully I'll see you on some future ones. But I'm gonna go and try to figure out some more stuff. So you told Max to relax. Yeah, good old. I don't even. Yeah, I don't know if Max is still here or not, but he finally got BA. But all right, everybody, take care. And if you want to come and hang out with me every day, I guess claytrader.com. Go to / or I guess if I was really smart, I would do this. So that is my community. And yes, no, it's not free, but it is amazing what a simple $99 buffer will do to keep out drama queens, to keep out trolls, to keep out unserious people. So if you want to surround yourself with serious traders, then yeah, I would argue that that's a very fairly priced, especially when it's not $99 for a month. It's $99 for 3 months. So it breaks down to $8.25 a week. So if you are interested in trading with me, other really high quality traders, then yeah, you can check out the community, and we'd love to have you. So, all right, everybody, take care. Have a good one.